Hello everyone, welcome back again to FEHA YouTube channel. I'm here, Senna, and I'm here with,
Very.
and in today's episode, we're going to talk like always, security, compliance, startups, SMBs, and everything in between. And right now, there's actually a huge, I would say, trends about having or using a open source platform for their
Mm.
GRC systems. Is this actually a thing, or it's just somehow I'll say just pop up in a moment and then disappear after it? I mean, me basically, I'm new in this industry, right? So
Mhm.
when there's a new things coming up and everyone's really sounds like they are so excited to use that platform, is it really going to be the future of the GRCs? Or is it actually just a trend that at the end of the day it's going to be turned down?
Uh, turn down or not, I don't know. Only time will tell, okay?
Okay,
But like any other solutions, there's always an open source version of something.
okay.
For example, people buy Microsoft Word, but there's
Mm-hmm.
also an open source version called OpenOffice.
Okay.
Uh, in the past, people believe where OpenOffice will replace Microsoft Word.
Mm-hmm.
We are now in 2025. There are people still using OpenOffice, but there are also people still using Microsoft Word. I think at the end of the day, open source or not, it's more about what people comfortable with and
Okay.
continue comfortable with. And then when the time comes to renew their contract and they find the other party more suitable for their needs, they change. So it's not about whether something will go down or not. And for your information, uh,
Mhm.
open source GRC tools that you hear lately, I know, without saying the
Okay.
name,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not the first one. There are already a lot, actually, and not just one, not just two. There are more than five
Oh,
open
okay.
source GRC tools already available in the market. So if you just search, open source GRC on Google or now ChatGPT, for example, you have many of them. Uh, are they replacing expensive GRC tools? Um, Not necessarily. Many still buy the expensive GRC tools.
Okay.
Um, do people use those tools? Yes,
Mhm.
I see that there are people actually using those open source. Again, it comes down to what an organization's preference.
Okay. But let's just say I'm a client.
Hmm.
Which company do actually I need to choose? Is that a company that use the fancy jersey tools one or the open source tools ones? I mean, I would say if it comes to security, what we need is actually I would say the trust and the integrity,
Oof.
and that is why I mean, I think everyone should look into it. I mean, everyone have to see there's another things that you need to actually maintain or at least think about before you use some things which is open source, right? I mean, in
To
FEHA
be very
itself.
honest, sorry, to be very honest, I don't want to go to that rabbit hole of discussions because as long
Okay.
as there are a group of people out there, sorry if I offend you, but as long as there are a group of people out there who choose a software because they have a dark mode or not, then sometimes the reason why people choose a company or a product sometimes doesn't make sense in a way.
Okay.
Of course, we you want to work with a trustworthy company. You want to work with a company that you think will be there for a longer period, not just
Yeah.
coming in today with a hot seat and then in the next 2 3 years going down and then leave you behind. Of course, but again, like I said, as long as there are a group of people who still believe that dark mode is better than the light mode, who am I to judge? However, when it comes to security compliance and GRC, basically in this case, right? I always said to people, and again, maybe this is a bit unusual for me as an owner of a GRC platform as well.
Okay.
If you think your needs, your context is better served by other tool,
Mm-hmm.
I will say go with them.
Oh, okay.
Why? Because everything's supposed to be about your program, your GRC program, your ISMS program. It's not about the tool. It's not about the company.
Mm-hmm.
We have clients, and you know this by name as well. We have clients where they start with a tool. Now they handle everything with Google Workspace, Google Spreadsheet, and Google Calendar, and they're just fine. And they can keep continuing their ISMS program year after year, always pass their audits without any issues. It's not about the tool. It's more about can you manage your compliance program easily, smooth, perhaps some automation efficiently in general or not, right?
Okay.
If you think you can work efficiently managing all the different compliance thing that you need to work with tool A instead of tool B, go with tool A. If after a year, after 2 years, you said, "Oh, I don't like tool A, my friend is using tool B, and I think this tool B will be better for me," go with tool B. But always the question is, what is it for you? For you as a business, for you as a company, for you as a team,
Yeah.
right? And that's the reason why for FEHA specifically,
Mm-hmm.
right? We don't want to play around in the same league as, hey, this is our product is better. No, we are playing in the field where we are here to help you.
Oh.
You can use our tools. You can also use someone else's tools. We still help you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you use our tool, of course, the pricing is different. Why? Simply because we built the tool ourselves. We know the ins and the outs. We know what's the good, what's the bad of our own tool. But at the end of the day, what we deliver to our clients is, hey, you are ready for certification, or you are compliant with these regulations because we already do this check, that check, and so on and so forth. And you can use our tools to show it to you, to regulators, or to your potential customers, or to your potential investors. And when people ask, like, how do you know that this is already aligned with the requirements? Yeah, because every step of the way, FEHA's team is there to monitor, to evaluate, and to give a stamp, quote unquote. We are not a certification body, but
Yeah.
we can say, I think we are, pardon my English, but I think we are damn good in terms of doing internal audit so far.
Okay. Okay.
So I think we are okay on that
That
front. So that's why
confidence.
if you come to FEHA, you are looking for what's the best tools, don't.
Okay.
But if you need a team who can help you tailor-made your ISMS program and always be there with you along the way, even after certification, if you go for certification, if there is changes, you always have a team behind you, then yes, let's work together with FEHA.
Okay. So actually, just that just made me think like, okay, so if there's an open source tools, there's actually they're just going to use the open source tools, right? There's no service in it, correct?
I'm sure there will be a service, but how, I
Okay.
don't know. Because remember, most of the
Yeah.
time right now, open source service is
Mm-hmm.
to give a flavor to people. It's like a freemium. Like in the past, even if you use Slack, for example,
Yeah, yeah,
or like this one, Zoom, right?
yeah.
Yes, the free version you can use the free version forever. You can use Zoom with your family members for free, but there's a catch. It's only for X amount of minutes. You cannot
Yeah.
do this. You cannot do that. If you want to have A, B, C, D, E, then you need to go. So it's the same. I'm sure the open source GRC tools will also say, oh yeah, the open source version is doing A, B, C, D, E.
Oh,
If you
okay.
want to have F, G, H, and the rest, you have to pay. And maybe on top of that, there will also be a service. That's part of the business model. For example, the calendar or meeting scheduling system.
Okay, Calendly.
Uh, uh, yeah, there's always a free
Yeah,
version, but there's also something that you need to pay if you want to do more.
yeah.
Cal.com, they said they are open source. The open source version, yes, you can do ABC, but if you are not really good at managing everything yourself in your server,
Mhm.
we have a hosted server. We have a hosted service that we will manage on your behalf. You pay. So it's the same.
Oh, okay. So the next question that I actually think about is that are there any real world use cases, I'll say, where open source tools actually can help a company to become certified? For example, like certified in ISO with X open source tools.
Like I said, it's not about the tool. It's about
Okay.
how you use the tool to get certified. I mean, before that one, there's an
Mm-hmm.
open source tool called Eramba. I think
Oh, I've never heard
eramba.org.
about that.
Many companies manage their ISMS with Eramba and getting certified.
Oh, okay.
But then the people who run the program, they know what to do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I think there's also somewhere from a French company called
Mm-hmm.
CISO Assistant.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
open source. Are there other companies certified while using CISO Assistant? Yes, many of them. So again, the more tools in the market, in my opinion, it's better for the whole society, right? Because then now businesses have so much options in the market where, okay, I don't have that budget. I will go with the open source tool. And since more companies will have options, then I hope by, let's say, 2030, there is no reason for organization cannot comply to a simple, quote unquote, a simple security compliance requirement. Because now they
Oh,
have options, right?
okay.
The only thing that they have to decide is which option is best for them and get the program rolling.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, guys, if you watch this video and watch our other videos that somehow kind of related to our discussions, actually, sorry, is there any background sound that you hear?
Of
It's getting
course.
louder, but
Yep.
I hear it.
Yes, but it's okay. We can continue, no problem.
Okay. So, basically, guys, based on what Ferry said and what we discuss in certain kind of videos, actually, it's not always about the tools, right? It's about persons. It's about the business and how you actually know how to comply with regulations or any kind of standards. And actually, I'll say that's what FEHA actually offer. It's not always what the tools, but we offer the services.
Correct, correct.
Can you?
And then even now,
Mhm.
we still and we will still help our former and current clients with the tool that they choose.
Okay. Okay. So it doesn't
There's
matter. Are you using
no,
anything?
no. I
Okay.
don't want to be boxed in an area where you are a software vendor, FEHA, and so like no, I want to be the trusted business partner with this company for as many clients as we can be. And the way we do it is that we will always bundle our technology and our services. Yes, fortunately, we develop our own services as well, technology as well. But eventually, it's just to help us to work better, to work more efficiently, so that we can help, so that we can support as many companies globally. That's it. So the value of the technology itself, especially now with the open source options, in my humble opinion, becomes zero. How we design the technology, how we use the technology to complete our work, to complete the task that we have to do to be compliant to a certain regulation or to a certain framework, that is the value of the GRC service going forward. And FEHA would like to focus on that. What value we deliver to our customers, not the tools that we provide. Because every single year there will always a brilliant group of people who think, oh, I think I can make this technology better. I think I can make that technology better.
I mean, so basically, guys, what you're if you actually really watch our videos, certain of videos that we made and discuss, actually there's a couple or actually a lot that we talk about. Actually, what we offer is the service, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
service. Then
Yep.
what makes FEHA difference in terms of service other than any other tools? From your point of view, I would say.
Okay. From my point of view, I think when it comes to tools, you always need to see the tools from a service point of view. Most of the tools available means that they will give you a template. You still have to tailor it yourself. With FEHA, when we generate the policy first time for you with the help of AI, the
Mm.
AI is trained to understand your situation. That's why we first have to meet with you. We understand what you have, what you don't have, what is your business like. So the policy is not a template policy. It's always tailor-made to you, where the AI will generate the first version. And after that, our consultant will quote unquote fix it to really suit your need. That's a difference number one. So you don't have to worry about, am I writing this correctly or not? Is this the template good enough for me or not? Is this applicable for me or not? No, we will help you to determine which one is applicable for you, which one is not. Right. Number two, most of the software available at the moment, they focus on what I call as task management system, which means
Okay.
there's a task, you have to do this, you have to do that. Once you do that task, it will turn green. There are two things in this case with it, which is a problem that FEHA is trying to solve. One, how do you know that each and every single task is applicable for you? Again, software company is not the same as payroll company. Certain controls, certain tasks is not applicable for payroll company, but is applicable
Yeah.
for software company. If you don't know how to do it, we will help you. Other tools, you have to determine yourself. Or
Okay.
again, you hire another expensive consultant to help you with that. Number two, the problem with task management system means that, oh, okay, now you try to complete that task. Whatever you upload, the task will say you completed.
Okay.
With FEHA, when you upload something, it will be checked twice. One is by the AI agent. Number two is by the consultant. So
Mm.
when a control turns green on our dashboard, it's because an expert already checked on it.
Uh, I see. Okay.
So when you decide, oh, okay, I think now it's time for us to go for certification audit, you have a assurance in a way that what you provide to the tool is actually even good enough for the audit.
Oh, yeah.
Because a group of experts who also train the same way as the auditors already say, yes, this is a good enough evidence.
Okay.
And because of that, if the framework change, if the regulations change, there's also the same group of people will say, oh, I think this evidence is no longer enough for this year
Okay.
because there is a new requirement, right? So I think that's the two main difference. But there's the third one where whenever we see a possibility to include a solution that help GRC efficient, simpler, and yet cost effective, we will add to our platform for free. So for
No.
example, most GRC platform will say you have to conduct vulnerability scanner, vulnerability scanning on a regular basis. How to do it? Sure, there are plenty of vulnerability scanner out there. You have to buy, you have to choose, you have to connect them with the tool, and that's that. Sometimes the question is, do you know which tool that you need? Is this good enough for you? Do you have extra budget to add that into your pile of tools to help you compliant? With FEHA, we believe no, vulnerability scanner should be for free, embedded into the tool, which we did. So if you go with other tools that you still need to purchase or work with, maybe open source vulnerability scanner, and you have to deal with it yourself, we baked in it to our platform. And there are more things that we are cooking behind the scene, because again, we believe FEHA platform is not just a GRC platform.
Okay.
We want to push FEHA platform, although the name is still GRC, right? It's really actually like a one-stop solution that can be connected, but also if there are certain things that are make sense to bake in, we will bake in,
Oh, okay.
because we are not just want to let's say tick the box. If we
Mm.
want to tick the box, I don't need to put the vulnerability scanner.
Yeah, correct.
It's not my business as long as you tick the box, whatever the solution. No, but because we believe, hey, especially now modern companies who always have their own website or online services, vulnerability scanner is no longer a nice to have but mandatory. We baked in. Hey, by the way, this is just a teaser. Maybe after summer, we will launch this as well.
Mhm.
Hey, uh, there are many companies trying to buy similar domain names like ours, and then try to how do you call it? Scam people with that fake domain name or fake website. I think that the term is called typo squatting.
Okay.
Yes, there are
Okay.
there are services for typo squatting out there. You have to
Okay.
choose. You have to pay. With us, we will bake in. We are not going to solve the issue, but we want to tell you, hey, Mr. Sena, based on our typo squatting scanner, seems like there are this website out there live who is trying to misuse your brand name. Perhaps you have to do something.
Uh,
So is that part of the certification? No. But is that the right thing or a good thing to do when it comes to security brand protection? Yes. Then we will bake in.
mm,
So it's not just about profit for us, but we really want to do the right thing as much as we can. Of course, while still maintaining a business, of course. But I think that's what we believe, and I hope people also see that we this is our differentiation with others. We don't talk about technology; we talk about service.
okay. I think that's all. So if I can get you a summary for the viewers. Actually, what we want to say is that it's not always about the tools to make you comply with. It's actually about the person and about the peoples and about the, I would say, team behind the scene.
Mm.
So you don't actually really need a tools to maintain all of the things as long as you know how to do it. But one thing that you have to make sure, if you want to choose a tools, either it is the open source one or the one that really premium or you have to pay, it is some things that actually you need to really think about is that are there going to be people that are going to help you through the every single moment until you, let's say, audit ready for certain kind of certifications. So, Ferry, is there anything you want to say to the viewer?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, so everyone, if you have any questions or base, if you want to have a conversation with us, you can also comment down below your names or maybe your questions. We will bring up the topic that you've been asking for the next couple episodes. I think that's all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers. I'll see you in the next video.
All right. Cheers, guys.